So if you want to stick around and see what I'm putting in the ground, you can do that. I would love for you to do that. And at the end, I'm going to show you this great recipe. I do grow squash, but I like it fried. But hey, that's my Malamute. Adka, you're being an annoying neighbor. Stop. Oh dear. Hey, come here. Yeah, stop. Anyway, stick around for the recipe. It is delicious. I love that casserole, so I'll give you that recipe. But anyway, let's take a look and see what I got going on here. These are my squash plants. Look at how many flowers. And this one has 2 flowers. Adka, come here, buddy. Come on, let's not be annoying. I'm getting new neighbors, and they're working. This is a California Wonder bell pepper. Got some Korean long tomatoes. I have noticed that a lot of my stickers have come off. I did write on the cup sometimes, but it gets washed off too. This is an Etudia pepper, which I've never had, and last year I couldn't get them to germinate, so sorry for all the noises between my chickens. Neighbor on that side has a bird aviary right beside my chicken coop, and they're over there working. But this is an orange bell. It's probably the only one I have because I believe my dog ate my other one. Yeah, he does lots of weird things. I got lots of jalapeños growing. This I bought, and I really need to get it planted. I finally got a trellis for it. It's my Cinderella pumpkin. You can see these babies are stressing. They want in the ground. Another California Wonder. I think this is a Korean long. The sticker came off, so I'm trying to remember what they each look like, right? Another one without a sticker, but most of these are peppers, I'm sure. Poblano. These just started, so they're not ready to go out yet, but this is my one tomato that germinated, the very first one, and it lived through all the haywire weather that we've had. These are my heavy hitter okras. They produce a lot, but they need it to be hot. I have one that's gonna die. I noticed that the stem got broke, so he's probably not gonna make it. Got some Romas going here. This is either paprika or Tabasco peppers. Not sure which. And this is also one of them. I'm not sure which is which. I think this is the paprika and the other is the Tabasco. To make your own Tabasco sauce, to make your own paprika sauce. Another poblano. I've got a lot of poblanos. Prairie flower tomatoes and Roma tomatoes. Here's some bigger prairie flowers. I really just started throwing seeds in as one plant would die. So anyway, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna get these in the ground, and then I'll take you on a quick garden tour, and then I'll show you that fantastic recipe. I'll be back. Okay, well, I'm sorry for the noise, but my neighbor's doing some yard work. But here's what we got in the garden. I did a much better job of labeling them. So these are my Romas. That one's still pretty small. My jalapeños. And I can see this poor thing broken off. I did catch my chickens in here when I let them out for a little bit while I was watering. We have more tomatoes over here. And I think those are the prairie fire. So, see, my plan is to get some plants to interplant in there. Now you're going to see all this green. These are my carrots that still aren't ready to be harvested. I am using a program called Seed Time, which actually I'm an affiliate of, which just means if you give them my referral code and you actually buy something, I get a few pennies on the dollar. But their program is free, and it's set by your frost. When you put your transplants in, it tells you when to cultivate, when you should expect to harvest. So we got more tomatoes back there. Back there, and then those start my peppers. So my orange bell is back there. These are my California Wonders, and then my 2 okra plants. That's all we need, because like I said, they do a lot. And I'm trying to walk around some things here so I don't trip while I'm doing this. And then these are more peppers. Korean dark and etunias. That one's kind of small still. It's going to be a week over 100 degrees, so I decided I would get everything in. This is I bought this at the store. The tag is gone. I think it is the Caribbean hots. You can see those little buds. I can't wait to get those peppers. This is my cilantro plant. I got this box in front of it to keep it shaded so it doesn't bolt. This is our blueberry bush. Look, we had 1 blueberry. I just planted it. Not quite sure what I'm doing. The paper is to kind of like mulch. It's a whole bunch of paper. I'm like, why am I buying mulch when I can, excuse me, use the paper? And the jug is, I just put water in there and let it water while I'm off watering everything else. So nothing new planted in here. We did plant a few more herbs. These are potatoes. Those are radishes. That's another potato and another little radish. And this is one of the pools that when we kept having problems with the chicks, they dug it up a couple of times. That's why you see all the potatoes in one spot. These were the last peppers I planted, and they're pretty small still, but peppers can take the heat, so I wanted to get them planted just to get it all done. This is my other potato patch. Again, chickens dug. I just left it so that I could get what I could get. And my last one. So I should have red potatoes and white potatoes. I might have a third variety, I'm not sure. Again, the jug you see is, I just fill them up with water and let the water seep out the bottom side. And that's my Cinderella. At first I didn't think she was gonna make it, but look how green those leaves are getting, so I'm pretty excited. My squash plant, again, leaves are getting nice and green. And when I first transplanted these over, I was like, oh no, I killed them. Then because I don't have any flowers around, because I'm not a flower person, I was like, wait, I need flowers. I just threw a handful of wildflower seeds in there. This is a pickling cucumber. It is not doing very well, and when I get down to the last two, you'll see a difference. This also is a pickling cucumber. Again, not doing well. This is slicing cucumbers. It's starting to do better. This is the first one that I experimented with putting the paper down, watering with this, and it really took off. So I started with that one. I haven't put the paper down yet, but I started with that one, at least with the watering method, and it's starting to take off too. So my pickling ones, I stuck that paper out there yesterday. I'm probably gonna come out, put some paper around all of them so they stay nice and cool. So that's what I have planted in my garden so far. And now, when my squash plants start doing really well, I'll have some squash too. Actually, I was gonna get down here. I did find a caterpillar on here today and I picked it off, but see, there's a little cucumber. Oops, sorry, there's another one. So yeah, I had to look it up to see why there would be a caterpillar, to find out what it was. There's one. All right, well, you know what? Now it is time to go in and make that squash casserole I told you about. I did buy some squash to show you this recipe, and I can't wait to do it. See you soon. Now we're in the kitchen, and I just realized I did not hit record. I was talking away to you guys. I certainly was. Anyway, so let me catch up. What I did was I took 2 large zucchinis. This is how much they got sliced up, pretty thin. I used my mandolin to, oh, that's the dishwasher, sorry. Trying to keep things moving and clean as I cook. And when I use my mandolin, I always use my protective glove because I want to keep my fingerprints. So anyway, this is zucchini squash. This is a recipe my mom made when I was a kid. Was not a vegetable eater, still not, but I'm learning and I'm trying. So anyway, so what this is, you're gonna layer zucchini, and then her recipe actually called for Monterey Jack cheese. I see someone's gotten into my Monterey Jack cheese. Kyle. Anyway, we're bigger fans of a mix of Monterey Jack, cheddar, and whatever else is in here. So I am going to put a little bit of Monterey Jack to have a little bit extra. And then I'm going to layer it with the cheddar. And then the recipe calls for diced green chili peppers, 1 can drained. Me and my son prefer things spicy, so I'm going to use 4 ounces of diced jalapeno peppers. It also calls for a 9x13 pan. Mine's a little bit smaller because my other ones are in the dishwasher. Then you take milk and bisquick and you beat it up and you're gonna pour it on top, and then we're gonna bake it for, I think it's 45 minutes at 350, but we'll see. So basically, I'm not gonna do this whole thing on camera. That would be kind of boring probably. But I do need to open my chilies. So I'm gonna put these back up because we're gonna use the hot ones. I still have 2 zucchinis left just in case I don't have enough zucchini. All right. Drained. Put this here so I can put it in the garbage. This is my excess, my ends of my zucchinis to take out to the chickens. I don't ever want to take a chance on losing my fingerprints. Okay, so let me see if I can point this down more. That's a little bit better. All right, so basically, I'm just layering these, and I'll show you as soon as I get it all done, since you can't really see. I guess I should research cameras that I can actually use. But so far my phone camera's working, I guess. So do you grow squash in your garden? And if you do, what are some of your favorite squash recipes? Because I have 2 plants, so I'm going to need to do something with them. I actually have some zucchini shreds out in my freezer I need to use and get some zucchini muffins or zucchini bread made. So, and these aren't perfectly, but I just kind of overlap them a little bit. And my mom might have got this recipe from my Aunt Joyce. I don't know. But it's so cheesy. I mean, who wouldn't like it, right? Unless you don't like cheese or you're lactose intolerant. Okay. So, basically, that's how I layered it. And because I don't have a full bag of Monterey Jack cheese, I'm going to go ahead and use what is left in here on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Before we do that, I'm going to add some pepper. I'm not going to add any salt in between the layers because the cheese is pretty salty. But we do like pepper, so we like to season stuff up good with that. Okay, back to the cheese. Now, I would have split this between 2 layers. This is 8 ounces, so I would have done, put the garbage over there. I would have done 4 ounces and then half the bag and then the other half the bag. Okay, so now just gonna use my hand, scoop out a few of the chilies and just lightly sprinkle them. So you can decide how many layers you make. I mean, you might have something a little bit bigger. So you can see, I just sprinkled them on there, nothing big. All right, so back to our zucchini. I'm going to do another layer. It's going to fit in my little half-size baking dish. Actually, it's just a little bit smaller than a, what is it, 8 by 10, 8 by 11, whatever they are. 9 by 13. I don't know. I'm all confused now with all these numbers. All right. Oh, this is going to be so good. Actually, I haven't made one in a long time. Probably in 2 years. Because last year, my squash got aphids really quick. And so that it wouldn't destroy my entire garden, I just pulled them up. And then actually it got so hot, I don't think I had anything actually give me a harvest. So I do slice these pretty thin. So if I get 2 stuck together, I'm not too worried about it. My son likes zucchini, so, you know, I could just boil it up with some butter, salt, and pepper for him. He'd be fine with it. I eat this casserole, and I eat it fried. Oh, I'm a sad person, huh? Okay. Do our pepper before we forget. Then our cheese. And I just did a handful of cheese. You know, we like a lot of cheese. If you don't prefer cheese, just leave it off. If you don't like as much cheese or you're trying to cut back, then don't put as much. I'm going to say it was probably another 4 ounces. Just so it's pretty well covered. All right, so I'm going to actually, our chilies. So I think I have enough left to do 1 more layer. So I'm going to do that off the camera so you don't have to watch all of this. I'm just trying to decide when I pour it on top and the chilies are on top, but I want the cheese to be, okay. So actually, I could put a little bit more chilies on the bottom layer. I was just thinking, because I'm going to do another layer of, I guess I could have put the peppers down first. I just went ahead and put the rest of the peppers on this particular layer. If you go up 1 more layer, I just wanted the cheese next to the crust that we're going to be making with bisquick and milk. So when like I said, making it from memory after a long time. So let me go ahead and finish this off. Then we'll talk about the mixture for the bisquick. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All righty. So, end of the casserole. And look this is how much I have left of two large squash. They're small. These two are a lot smaller. I'm probably going to go ahead and make a whole nother casserole and put it in the freezer to see how it holds up, just to see if I can do that, how it will taste when it comes out. I don't know. I don't freeze a lot of already made food, so I'm like, okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine 2/3 cup of bisquick, and mine has some little clumpies, so just going to break those up. With 1 1/4 cup milk. I didn't have to tell my mom. Hold on, I wrote it down. Yep, 1 1/4 cup milk. So we have, oh, that's not quite a cup. My eyes aren't adjusting to the level, I guess, huh? Okay, we have 1 cup, and we need 1/4 cup. All right, put these in the sink, so that's done. Now, this mixture, I'm going to add salt and pepper too, okay? I'm not going to add a lot of salt because I don't like things too salty. So I'm going to say that was probably a teaspoon. But again, we do like pepper. I'm just going to shake it till the top is black. You use as much of either one of those that you want to. And now I'm just going to mix this up. I just have a fork here, like a big serving fork. I should probably, oh, my whip's in the, my whiskey business is in the dishwasher. So, I don't know about you, but when I first open it, my dishes are so hot, I don't want to touch them. Okay, so there's probably a little bit of lumps in here. It's probably a little lumpy, but not very much. Not enough that it's not going to actually dissolve when I put it in the oven, which is already preheated. So it's pretty, and you can see some of the little lumps on the side. That's going to be okay. And I'm just going to dump it over. Let me see. Oh, I should have did it that way to begin with, huh? I'm sorry. All right, and I'm just going to pour it on top. Just all over. Trying to get all the cheese wet. All right, now I'm going to bake it at 350 for 45 to 60 minutes. So I'll see you then, and we'll taste it. All righty, so end of the casserole. And look this is how much I have left of two large squash. They're small. These two are a lot smaller. I'm probably going to go ahead and make a whole nother casserole and put it in the freezer to see how it holds up, just to see if I can do that, how it will taste when it comes out. I don't know. I don't freeze a lot of already made food, so I'm like, okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine 2/3 cup of bisquick, and mine has some little clumpies, so just going to break those up. With 1 1/4 cup milk. I didn't have to tell my mom. Hold on, I wrote it down. Yep, 1 1/4 cup milk. So we have, oh, that's not quite a cup. My eyes aren't adjusting to the level, I guess, huh? Okay, we have 1 cup, and we need 1/4 cup. All right, put these in the sink, so that's done. Now, this mixture, I'm going to add salt and pepper too, okay? I'm not going to add a lot of salt because I don't like things too salty. So I'm going to say that was probably a teaspoon. But again, we do like pepper. I'm just going to shake it till the top is black. You use as much, either one of those that you want to. And now I'm just going to mix this up. I just have a fork here, like a big serving fork. I should probably, oh, my whip's in the, my whiskey business is in the dishwasher. So, I don't know about you, but when I first open it, my dishes are so hot, I don't want to touch them. Okay, so there's probably a little bit of lumps in here. It's probably a little lumpy, but not very much. Not enough that it's not going to actually dissolve when I put it in the oven, which is already preheated. So it's pretty, and you can see some of the lumps on the side. That's going to be okay. And I'm just going to dump it over. Let me see. Oh, I should have did it that way to begin with, huh? I'm sorry. All right, and I'm just going to pour it on top. Just all over. Trying to get all the cheese wet. All right, now I'm going to bake it at 350 for 45 to 60 minutes. So I'll see you then, and we'll taste it. And we are back with the finished product. So, oh, you can see it. I did tip it down. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to tell you that the bisquick, the little bits of bisquick, I probably should have beat it up just a little bit more. I don't think that's going to have anything to do with the flavor, though. I still think it's going to be delicious. And I have let it sit to cool for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, son? Maybe 10 minutes. I'm not doing a very good job of getting it out of this casserole dish, though. Baking dish. Okay, can you see all that cheesy goodness? And if I didn't tell you this before, I did not peel my squash. I'm going to use a plastic fork here. I just washed it really good. Yep, squash is tender enough to be cut with a plastic fork. Let's hope my teeth can withstand this, huh? Well, the crust may not be. Okay, cut that off. I don't know how hot it still is either, so let me see. Okay. It still is a little hot, but not bad enough to burn me too bad. Ultimately delicious. To me, it is the jalapeños. If you don't like spicy, then the diced chilies that really make this. It is so delicious. Son, do you want to try it and pop on here, or are you just going to stand back there and watch? So, Kyle doesn't want to taste. I mean, he does. But he doesn't want to be on camera today, so I'm not going to force that. But folks, as I bend over here, I know I got things I've washed up. I did try to clean up a little bit while that was baking. I'm just going to tip you up so I don't have to bend down so much. Wonderful recipe. In the comments below, I will leave links to Seed Time, where I get my seeds when I grow my veggies, and I will type out this recipe so that you have it down there in the comments below. Just look down below the channel name, There'll be a little box. It'll say show more. Click there, scroll down, and you'll see everything that's there. Might even link another video to show you what I've done in the past with some of my other vegetables I've grown. I don't know. Anyway, thanks again for sticking through this entire video. And I hope you try the recipe. If and when you do, please send me a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear how it went for you and how you liked it. So again, thanks. We appreciate you guys coming out and watching our YouTube videos. I'm Tina, the girl in the garden. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd love to have you around for a while. Till next time, bye-bye.